Hello and good afternoon, creatives. Welcome to Creative Mindset. I am M. Denise Simmons. I am the creative director of MD Simmons Productions, and this is where we talk about all things creative from a biblical perspective, and we are wanting to provoke your thoughts. We want to provide you insight, and we want to motivate you to create. It's all about creating, and this show and this talk time will be dedicated to all the creatives and just giving little tidbits and insight on how to just dominate your creativity. So what I like to do, this is my second year. Hello Tanisha, hello Geralda. This is my second year doing Creative Mindset, and every year I always like to start off by talking about vision, because as a creative it is important to understand vision. When you receive vision, who does vision come from, how you're inspired by the vision, and what to do with that vision when you get it. So first I want to talk about where does the vision come from. Vision comes from God. God will give you a vision. Creative people, God will give you a vision. That is how he has allows us to do what we are called to do in this world, because he gives you a sneak peek into your future as a creative. He lets you see what you're going to create. He gives you a snapshot of what the end result looks like. In the Bible, God has given many people, major, minor, prophets, various people in the Bible, a vision as to what he wants them to see and what he wants them to say. So we know Jeremiah, Daniel, Joseph, all of them have received vision, right? God says he will pour out his spirit upon all flesh so that people can dream dreams and see vision. That's what it's all about, right? So when you receive that vision, the vision will blow your mind. I want you to understand this, creatives. The vision will blow your mind because it's so vast, it's so grand, it's so unbelievable. It will have you in disbelief, because you're like, God, me? You want me to sing there? You want me to paint here? You want me to produce this film telling this story? Like, yes, God wants you to do that. He's giving you that vision, and he's giving you that vision for a reason. And when it terrifies you, that's when you know it's a God thing. My mentor Geralda always says that, and I so believe that, because that is what a vision is supposed to do. It terrifies you because it's bigger than yourself. That's how you know for sure it is a God vision. So there's a quote that Les Brown, I saw this quote online, and I want to read this quote to my creators, because it's so imperative that we don't get stuck in the disbelief and being terrified and saying, oh, that's not me, when God gives you a vision. Les Brown says, the graveyard is the richest place on earth, because it is here that you will find all the hopes and the dreams that were never fulfilled, the books that were never written, the songs that were never sung, the inventions that were never shared, the cures that were never discovered, all because someone was too afraid to take that first step, keep with the problem, or determined to carry out their dream. It's the graveyard. Are the hopes and dreams and visions of just things that could have transformed the world and thought process, but they're laying up in a graveyard, right? Powerful. So it is important for us to understand that when God gives you a vision, there's some action behind it. We have to do something. And it's important as a creative that you understand that there is some action steps that you have to take when God gives you a vision. In Habakkuk 2:2 it says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain. Okay? Make it plain upon the tablets, so that whoever sees it, when they see that vision, they run with it. They know what to do. Right? So it's as simple as that. God gives you a vision and you write it down. And write it down can be as simply as you singing it out. Sing out those words. Write that book. God gives you a download, a sneak peek of what it, paint that picture, let it come out of the dimension of your mind and come and make it come out into a physical realm where you can see it, where that vision is staring you dead in your face. It's important that you're facing your vision. It's not just staying up here because it's only one dimensional. We have to make it two dimensional where we're staring that vision right in our faces, right? So that is the step that we need to take as creatives. When God gives us a vision, we write it down. We have to write it down. Share it with someone you trust so that it comes up out of here, and all your disbelief and like, oh my gosh, is God really telling me to do this and to create that? Yes, you write it down, right? And your vision, I want you to understand as a creative, your vision consists of where you see yourself. So God will show you something, and He's shown you that you will be singing before millions of people, or the end result of when people come in contact with your painting or when they read your book, the end result is that people are healed, people are inspired, people are provoked to do things, to go out and maybe volunteer, or you're provoking change across the world. That's your vision. That's what it looks like. All that encompasses your vision. Okay, if you are a actor, if you are a director, God will literally show that film, show that movie in your mind, all right? And He'll show you how people can be affected by it. So your vision will set you apart. I want you to understand this as a creative, because there in the entertainment industry we have millions of singers, we have actors, we have producers, and it's so easy to look at the Beyoncés and the Cardi B's and the various artists around the world and try to emulate or follow them or want to be like them. But when God gives you a vision, He gives you that vision, and that vision is what's going to set you apart. He only gave you that vision. Behind that vision is a unique story, is a unique experience, is a unique voice, is a unique creativity that only you can tell, that only you can share, that only you can sing, and that only you can direct. It's so powerful that you understand that your vision is unique to you, no one else. And you have to be so bold enough to want to figure out that vision. Right? You have to be so bold enough to get outside of your head and be like, okay, I'm going to figure this thing out. I'm going to write that first page of that book, or I'm going to shoot this film, or write this music piece. You have to be that bold when it comes to your vision. Yes, your vision is unique to you. Yes. Right? So I want all my creatives out there to really understand that, because in the entertainment industry, it's so vast and it's so easy to conform, which we shouldn't do. It's so easy to just go and do what everybody else doing because it's so popular. But I want you to understand your vision is what will set you apart from all those singers, those actors, those dancers, because God will show you how to do that dance move in such a unique way. Oh my gosh, that only you can do that dance move. I watch some dancers, I love Les Twins, and how they dance. Like, nobody can dance like them. I see little bits and pieces of how other dancers will try to do the moves, but nobody has their story. Nobody can dance like them because God gave it to them, right? And their dancing is like just transformative. And when God gives you the vision as a creative, I want you to start to see yourself in that vision, because that's when the belief will set in. It is important for you to start working and operating in that vision, because the more you start to see, the more you start to work in that vision, you start to write out, you start to sing, you start to direct, you'll start to see yourself in it, and you'll start to believe it. You'll start to work out the kinks. You'll start to understand who you are. You'll get a better idea of the direction that God wants you to go in that vision that He has given you. But it all starts with you working that vision. It doesn't matter what it is. Called you to do hair a certain way. Try it out on somebody. Try it out on your cousin, a best friend who won't mind you playing in their hair, but just try it out. Work that vision so that the belief can set in, because your vision will be so grand that you'll automatically discount yourself out of it. So as soon as you start to baby step work that vision, the belief will start to set in. And your vision is not for you. I want to leave you with this. Your vision is not just for you. When you come into the realization that God has given you a vision, and your vision is to change the world in such a drastic way by doing X, Y, and Z, either you're singing, you're writing, or directing, I want you to understand that your vision is bigger than you. Jesus said, greater works we will do, right? So God gives us that vision, and it is for us to get outside of ourselves and start to see ourselves in His light, because God is so transcendent. He is so powerful. He is so dope in His mindset that He'll give you a sneak peek of what it is He wants you to do as a creative. So I want you to leave here from our talk today just inspired by the vision that God has given you. Not to be afraid, not to discount it, not to give it to somebody else, because we'll be quick to be like, oh girl, I got an idea for you, or oh, maybe you should try this, when you know God gave it to you. You know God gave it to you, right? So I want you to think and have the mind of Christ, to see yourself operating in this vision and go forth. Carla Martin always uses this phrase, go forth, because it is so important that we go forth, because your vision will keep you structured. It will keep you focused as a creative, because as a creative there's so much. We're inspired by so many things. We're inspired by sounds, colors, shapes, movement, movies. We're constantly being inspired. But when you have that vision, God gave it to you. It will keep you focused, laser-like focused, to do what God has called you to do in the realm of entertainment. So I thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank you, Geralda, Portia, everyone who has joined in. Please share this broadcast with a creative or anyone, because I believe the Bible said He'll pour His Spirit upon all flesh. So everybody receives vision from God. It's just what you do with it is important. So tune in next Wednesday at 12 o'clock. I'll be giving my quick little creative mindset moments, and I hope you are inspired. I love you all. In April, we'll be having a creative mindset symposium where we'll get together with creatives and just have a real intimate conversation with other creators, where they'll kind of pour into creatives on what they've experienced, how they done it, what they were inspired by, just a real deep and authentic and intimate discussions with other creatives. I love you all, and have a great rest of the day. Bye, everyone.